Alrighty, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up the bed when the cat is stowed like so for sitting and hanging out. Okay, so typically first thing we do is get all the pillows out of the way and make sure that the area is clear. You start by taking this pillow off and then checking behind here. So inside of these rumple bags is where we have the blankets for sleeping. So you can take one of those or both of them out if you need. And then back here, these Luno pads, these are the mattresses that you're going to use. And then inside of those extra black bags is just an extra blanket in case you need it. This pillow that you removed initially actually doesn't really get used for anything here sleeping. So you can either tuck it underneath the headrest or just kind of get it out of the way for now. And then next you'll remove this. Cool, that's good. And then you'll see that here, right here, you can kind of fit your hand underneath the bed here, the bed frame, and pull this out to extend that. If you were doing both sides, you would also pull this side out as well, but just remember that's going to close off this middle section. But then what you do is this pillow on both sides, if you were doing both, fills in that gap and creates the bed. So then typically what we will do is you unhook these two straps on the Luno mattress, and the carrying case kind of comes off. Typically for these, we've been storing them up top somewhere, just get them out of the way. And then for the Luno mattress, you unroll it, and there's two ports on the bottom. One says in, one says out. When you're unrolling it, you want to open the in, and you'll hear it actually start sucking in air. It does have a self-inflate feature, and it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to self-inflate. You can actually see now it's starting to move and unroll open on its own. So you can let that do its thing. It'll take a few minutes to do it. Once you're done, there's going to be a rechargeable air mattress pump, and you can actually stick it into this hole and add extra air and use the out port here to kind of fine tune the mattress on how you want it. So we're going to let that sit and do its self-inflate here for a few minutes. Alright, so the mattress is pretty inflated now. If this footboard is in your room, or this working table, what you can always do is lift it up to give yourself a little bit more room here, if needed. Let's see. And there'll be included bed sheets, which I'll put a picture in the video here. Feel free to put the bed sheets over the bed. There will be included pillows as well, but you're more than welcome to bring your own pillow. And one thing that we thought was pretty useful is we actually take these pillows and kind of fill in the gaps here if you need a little bit more width to your bed. So it's nice when you have two people and you slide this over. It kind of gives you a nice buffer or some extra shoulder room if you need it. One thing to note on the passenger side sleeping bed, there is this board right here. And what you can do is if you're a little bit on the taller side, you can bring that board up and then slide this through the hole right here so it doesn't move. And then what we've done is taken this pillow and you put it in here. And then that just gives you about an extra foot or so of leg room when you have this bed set up. There used to be a storage shelving system right here that we took out in order to get more headroom. So when you laid down, you didn't hit your head into the shelving unit. So that's one of the things that we've changed to make sleeping more comfortable. Obviously that takes away some of the storage. So we also added this cubby here that you can store things in. And then another thing too is when you have this pulled out on both sides, you can fit things underneath the seat right there. So typically we'll put some clothes under there or shoes, something like that. And then you can also access it from over here if you needed to pull something out in the middle of the night. Of course, if it was just one person, you have all of this space for storage. You can also stuff things behind the headrest here. underneath. Just be mindful if you're running the heat or air that could impact some of the airflow. So, but typically we haven't had an issue with that, and it works out well for us. To close this here, you'll just pull out this latch so that's free, and you can kind of close that down. And then underneath, you'll feel there's a little button. You've got to press the button on both sides to release this, and it'll fold back in place. And there's a magnet here to keep that locked and secure. There's been times where when we have the both of us in here sleeping and we have both mattresses set up, we'll actually take this mattress and then just stack it on top of here. So then that way we don't have to deflate them if we don't want to. And we just kind of leave this as the like two mattresses stacked, and then we can store some things here for the day on top of it, like our clothes bags and things like that. Something else that's also kind of nice is if you deflate some of the air from this by opening the out port and just letting it deflate a bit, what you can do on the backrest here is you can actually pop this up about a quarter click and kind of get a lean to it. So if you want to sit up while you're watching TV or hanging out, you can do that. You can also bring it all the way up so it stays. And not the most elegant, but you know, you could have it like that. And you know, if you wanted to just kind of take this and get it out of the way over here, then you could close this, and then you sort of have your bed in the lounging position for the day without actually breaking it down. One of the great things about these mattresses, which is a big reason of why we decided to go with them, is that they do break down super easily. So you open the out port, and it's good to fold it in half and flip it around. And then, so the out hole is on the other side. And then just start rolling this up and start squeezing out all the air. Add a little bit of downward pressure to keep getting the air out. And what's great is with the in port closed and the out port open, you actually don't have to worry about air coming back into this as you're rolling it. So what we do is typically roll it once and then unroll it, and then start from the beginning here. And now is when you're able to get it really nice and tight to be able to be stored again. I mean, you know, don't be afraid to put pressure on the bedding. I mean, it's made to hold the weight, so go ahead and roll that up nice and tight. Might not hear as much air coming out in the beginning, but it is coming out slowly. And then you just keep on rolling. Keep on rolling as we get to the end here. Definitely start hearing air come out. Great, nice and tight. And then go ahead and close the out hole. That's all good. And then you can take the storage bag, wrap this over, add the hook, boom, hook is in, you can tighten that up. Then you will add your second hook, whoop, add in the second hook, boom, nice. Now the bag is nice, tightly secured.